All right. You mentioned earlier the issue of being able to mentor talent, and again people say, look, the issue, and that's where the issue of age seemed to come up, and people say, look, why not just push a younger candidate that perhaps for his age he should have retired by now and just continue to be what people call him a kingmaker and not become the king himself.
Well, you see, when you want to call a dog a bad name to hang it, you look for all kinds of excuses, right? Now, age in terms of leadership is really neither here nor there. Age is not a determinant, it's not a sole determinant
of performance, of achievement at all. What are we talking about? The greatest democracy in the world, the most advanced country in the world today, debatably, is the United States of America.
Don't you know the age of the president, the current president of America, or the last president of America? So it is not the age. There are so many elderly people who can perform and who have performed even better than the so-called youths. And in any case, let us come down to brass tacks. In the political history of our country, Nigeria, go and do a content analysis of the political development of Nigeria and study the various ages of our leaders across all levels, either gubernatorial or presidential or head of state, whether military or civilian. In fact, we've had more of the youthful age bracket of leadership in our over 60 years or 62 years of nationhood. And where has that gotten Nigeria? I can start mentioning examples, but I will just, not to waste so much time. You can do the research as a journalist and go and look at the age, even in this current dispensation, since 1999. Go and look at the ages of the various governors that we've had and look at the performance, the record of performance, and see where their states are and where collectively the nation is. It is not the age per se. It is what is embedded in your brain, in the skull. It's your capacity to envision. It's your capacity for knowledge. And it's your capacity for courage. After all, in this country, we've had heads of states that were just a little over 30 years old as head of state. We've had governors that were in their 40s, early 40s, mid-40s, or early 50s. Go and look at their record of achievement and performance and compare it with some of the older generation who have the required experience, the selective exposure, the capacity, the knowledge to advance the cause of the society. So age, in short, age is not the sole determinant of it. In fact, you can be as young as, in this our current dispensation, we have very many young leaders across board, both in the political and in the non-political sectors of the country. How far has that gotten
What about
the nation?
You have talked so much about his age and say that age doesn't matter. But another issue that people are talking about is his health. How fit is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
I was asked this a while ago, and I said he is as fit as a fiddle. In fact, is more fit than some of your so-called young people. You see a man walking on the street, you can never know what illness or disease he harbors in his body. Looking at you, I cannot guess what you harbor. You cannot guess what I harbor. So, except your medical personnel. Now, I will tell you why I say he's fit as a fiddle. I have known Asiwaju for over 30 years. Up till this morning, he has not changed his schedule. He works long hours every day. There's no sick man can sustain that kind of rigorous schedule for years, for decades, relentlessly, and still going at it. Now, let's come back to, some simple ocular proof examples. Recall, before the primaries were held, can you tell me any one of the aspirants then that traversed the length and breadth of Nigeria, rigorously campaigning, seeking for votes of delegates all over across the nation, as much as Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Whereas the propaganda of the naysayers or of the negativities or the negative pushers was that, oh, this man was ill, he wasn't fit, his health wasn't good. He kept going on the political hustings, crisscrossing, flying, driving all over the country.
You're right.
And those so-called healthy youths, younger elements, never went or traversed a quarter of this country.
Mr. Alake, you're absolutely right that he moved around
and you saw the results.